Hi, I'm David Gerard and this is Pivot to AI, coming to you daily. Today, Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference starts. Don't expect much Apple intelligence because it still doesn't work. 1 year ago, Apple made a big splash with Apple Intelligence at the 2024 Developer Conference.
Introducing Apple Intelligence, the new personal intelligence system that makes your most personal products even more useful and delightful.
Since then, Apple Intelligence got famous for mangling news headlines and text messages and rewriting spam texts from scammers to make the messages look legitimate. It was such a good product that Apple simply switched off the summaries altogether. Bloomberg wrote in March, quote, "People just aren't embracing Apple Intelligence. Internal company data for the features indicates that real-world usage is extremely low." The 2025 Worldwide Developers Conference starts in a few hours, so how much Apple Intelligence do we expect? Not much. The keynote will talk about the company's strategy for Apple Intelligence. Third-party developers will get to tap into Apple's on-device AI models. Isn't that nice? The keynote will not promise exciting new products because there aren't any. Apple can't get the ones they have or that they promised last year to work. The Financial Times got some ex-employees to talk about how Apple Intelligence is actually going. There's, quote, "challenges with updating Siri," unquote, to be more than a keyword bot, because they can't get generative AI to give responses on any sort of reliable or repeatable basis. This is what got Robbie Walker, the executive then in charge of Siri, fired in March. So the Financial Times quotes an unnamed former Apple executive. Quote, "It was obvious that you were not going to revamp Siri by doing what executives called climbing the hill," unquote. That is, making gradual changes instead of deep ones, structural ones. Apple also really wants its AI models to run entirely on the device, and an AI model running on an iPhone is just not going to be as good as the much larger and ridiculously expensive and heavily subsidized models running out in the cloud. Remember that this stuff is hard because chatbots provide a verbal interface, which is great and really cool, but the trouble is it doesn't work reliably or repeatably. It's an impressive demo, not a product. You can just put it out there as a product anyway. At some point, you're the phone company and you don't have to care. Google has forced Gemini onto everyone's Android phone, whether they want it or not, and it's reportedly terrible at accents it wasn't trained on, like the wild variety of accents you'll find in the UK. Amazon's Alexa Plus Chatbot Edition still hasn't been seen in the wild, a month after Amazon CEO Andy Jassy told his investors it had over 100,000 users. Honest. No, you can't talk to one. Maybe you'll get your fancy new chatbot Siri or Alexa next year, or the year after. Thanks for tuning in to Pivot to AI. Please hit like and subscribe, leave a podcast review, and if you liked this episode, please tell just one other person. You can help fund our work here at the Patreon, linked in the show notes. Thank you all, see you tomorrow, and bye for now.